I have not been this excited about sewing projects in quite some time. I am going to be making some cute shirts, a coordinated set, and a dress, and I picked up some gorgeous fabric that is usually very pricey for a steal, and I'm going to share that with you as well. The first fabric I've shown you before is this. I'm making my grandson's matching button-up shirts, and if I've got enough left over, I'm going to make my granddaughter, their little sister, a matching romper to go with this. They like to dress nicely for church, and they still like to match, so I'm taking advantage of it while I can. Now, I did come on earlier and say that I would do a tutorial or sew along for doing a collar and also for setting in sleeves. This project will probably start in about 2 weeks, sometime in that time frame, so be looking for something, I don't know, mid-July to come out on the channel for that. This fabric was gifted to me. I don't have to share it on my channel, but I love to share everything that I make. I have not washed it yet. I will leave all the information to everything I talk about in the description box below. When I first ordered this, I was thinking dress, and I was leaning towards the Ivy dress by Chalk and Notch. And, you know, I could still end up doing that. But the more I looked at this and looking at what I wanted to make for myself, I really want to make myself a cord set. And I was thinking this would be so cute as a top with a pair of shorts, elastic waist with the drawstring. So I'm thinking maybe the Lane pants, but as shorts, and then a cropped top. Either the Hysope blouse by Deer and Doe, or the Ashton top by Helen's Closet. I purchased that recently during her sale. I've looked at that pattern again and again and again, and this time I just decided I would pull the trigger. Another option would be to do the Gilbert top. I also picked that up in the sale. This fabric is so beautiful, and while I was in Magic Mockup, I thought, ooh, that would look great as a Mave skirt. Let me know what you think. I've been going through all the options. I have 4.5 meters of this, so I do have options. I thought if I'm careful, maybe I could get a little crop top, a pair of shorts, and the Mave skirt out of this. It is gorgeous. I love linen viscose. It drapes well. It doesn't wrinkle as much. So pretty, so easy to work with. So that's project number one. The next fabric is another Minerva brand ambassador project, and this is a Supima cotton lawn. It is called Forest Thrush. My husband, his brother, and sister are all birders, so this was a little bit of a nod to Charlie. Thrush is one of the few birds, the wood thrush, that I can identify because it sounds like a flute. And it is gorgeous fabric. I love the weight of it. It'll be perfect for the climate here. The colors are good for me, and I just think it's so pretty. I have definite plans for this. I am going to be doing a shirt dress out of this fabric. And right now, I'm planning on doing the Armidale dress by Style Arc. I will have to do a mock-up of that. It is one where all of the fullness for the bust is in the gathering where the bodice meets the skirt. And I know I'm going to need a full bust adjustment. I know because my sewing cup size is a D. Style Arc drafts for a B. It's a little bit of a fit and flare shape. And I also know that Carol from Polly Sews has sewed this, and she said, yes, it does indeed need a bust adjustment. So I need to figure out how I'm going to add that extra room in the bust with the gathers below. I've seen tutorials on how to move a dart from the waist to the bust when you're making a full bust adjustment. I need to do a little more research on that. If you have tips for me, let me know in the comments section below. My inclination for the full bust adjustment is to add a bust dart do an FBA for the difference between a B and D cup, keep the gathers at the waist, and see how that goes. If you've got ideas for me, tips or hints, or hey Christine, don't do that, let me know in the comment section below. Let's all learn from each other. Do you want to see my beautiful fabric? I recently made a purchase from Stash Fabrics. I've not bought from them before. I was watching Sarah from Naughty Gnome Craft, and she was showing some fabrics she got in a sale, and it was rifle paper. Y'all, I love rifle paper. So I went on Stash Fabrics, had a little look-see, and did a pretty big buy. I'm really trying not to add to my fabric stash, but if I see something that I know I'm going to use, I will pick it up. And this is some kind of beautiful. So here is how it came. I have not opened it up yet. Nice and neat in this plastic to protect it. You've got a ribbon and a sticker. It's actually fabric tied in a bow. And let me show you what I got. First thing is a viscose or a rayon challis. Not only do I love rifle paper, but Charlie loves rifle paper. He just doesn't know it's rifle paper. Every time, 100%, when I sew something with rifle paper fabric, he compliments it and says it's nice. And then I'll add, I like the fabric. So I picked this up. I got, I think, 4 yards. And I thought I'll get enough to make a dress, but I really like a nice blouse too. So what I might end up is with a blouse and a top out of this, or a dress. It's just beautiful. That's all I can say about this. It is beautiful. And I'm looking forward to having this as something in my wardrobe. It's so pretty. I don't want to treat it as such a precious fabric that I won't sew it. I'm going to sew that this summer. You heard it here. The next 3 fabrics are linen cotton canvas blends, and this is one I have had my eye on for quite some time. It's a rifle paper. It's part of the Bramble collection. I love this. I don't think I will get anything sewn up in time for Sew Fruity this year. I want this to be a bag for me. I got it out of the remnant section. I don't think I have enough of this for a dress. The rifle paper canvas is not wide. You can see it's only about 42, 44 inches wide. So I don't think I have enough in this 1.5 yard piece to make anything for myself other than a bag. And I want to make a fantastic bag or backpack out of this. That's what this is going to become. There's something about a botanical print that I find very elegant. This is for me, and that will be a bag. This beauty is a cotton and steel print. It is a monarch. I think it's called English Garden Collection. Yes. I have this in a cotton lawn. Wouldn't this be fabulous in a bag to carry while I wear the outfit? That fabric has been precious to me, and I need to just sew it. I have plenty. I have 5 yards, and I want to see how I like the cord set in that first fabric I showed you, and maybe that's what I will do, either a dress or a cord set, and then this as a bag. Last but certainly not least is this linen canvas. This is a rifle paper, as you can see. Rifle paper is one of those fabrics that you can just look at the print and you know you're looking at rifle paper. I know absolutely what I'm going to be sewing with this, and I plan to have some left over. I knew that I would want more than just a garment bag out of this fabric. The hand feel on this linen canvas is so nice. It gets nicer as you wash, and even now, before I've washed it, it feels great. You can feel the quality of it, but as you wash it, it becomes softer and more luscious. I recently made a bunch of little card wallets for a fundraiser at our church, and all of the rifle paper linen ones were sold. I had little scraps left over from my York pinafore, and I thought, well, let me put them to good use. Those were snapped up so fast. It was funny, I was watching people go through and look at their options and then stop when they touched that linen canvas and kind of pull it, set it aside. The linen canvas ones sold quickly. So as I use this fabric, I will be saving all scraps that look like they could be usable, but I thought I might want something else in this fabric. It was priced, I think, $12 a yard. Normally it's $20 to $24 a yard, depending on where you get it. I knew that I would love this enough that I would use every inch of the fabric. I did some playing around in the Magic Mockup of Stash Hub, and I thought, oh my goodness, a Ilford jacket in this would be fabulous. I keep saying the next Ilford jacket I'm going to sew, I'm going to do it in a solid color, but I might be going back on my word, y'all, because this looks so cute. If you've been following the channel this past week, you'll know that my sewing machine had an epic fail. It didn't just fail a little bit, it was a doozy, and I think y'all are right that I should not put that much money into repair of an old machine, no matter how much I love her, because it's just going to mean that might be money down the drain. So I am going to be shopping for a new sewing machine, and I want to thank everybody who has offered their input of what they like about the various models of machines and features. It has been so helpful. If you still want to chime in, I am still reading your comments. I'm not going to be making this purchase lightly. Number one, it's a lot of money. And number two, I want to love this next machine as much as I loved my dear Astrid. I have to say, I've been really down in the dumps about losing my sewing machine. A little bit about spending the money, but mostly about not having my beloved Astrid to sew on. And this exercise of planning some sewing projects has really lifted me up, and it really goes to show how sewing can be its own therapy. I want to thank everyone for your support and your tips for what I should look for in the sewing machine. There's some really good information. If you want to check it out, you can check it out here.